in the shit at your house, we signing contracts every fucking day.
For sure, you gotta think about the work.
In this,
you buy a car.
See how she's looking at him? She's looking at him for eye contact, and he's looking away, man. She's looking for eye contact from somebody to let her into the conversation, and nobody's doing that. No one's letting her in.
If I can't afford this, I can't do this. What happened to that? But it don't always work like that. Now your credit mess. It's a lot of dominoes effect.
Money.
She is so tired and fed up with the fact that they're not noticing her little eye signal. They're not noticing her trying to say something. She's really trying to say something this whole time, and they have not noticed it.
Huh? What?
Money.
That's
the next one.
Huh?
Oh, the next one.
Nah, don't cut. What you mean?
Money.
Don't cut. I'm not. No. What you mean? I'm talking. What you mean?
No,
money.
It's just
It's
going
an
too
art.
far.
It ain't going too far.
I think it was a good conversation.
Yeah. What you?
Nah.
Listen, like I said, that's what I'm saying.
I honestly understand that Hitman and the young lady were fine with each other, but I think this is one of those situations where Hitman was not checking for his lady's body language. I think that the biggest issue in this scenario is that Hitman really wants Sentiment to contribute, but really doesn't give her the boundaries on which to contribute off of. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing Just Brittany on love, loyalty, self-worth, and modern dating with Hits and Hers. So this is a Hitman Holler Hit and Hers podcast. Basically with Hit and Hers, they have guests come over to their show where they discuss relationship dynamics. They discuss how men and women interact with each other, things that normally happen in society, how men and women are treated, and how men and women respond to different things. And in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing a section of that video, but the full link of the video is going to be in the description if you want to watch the whole thing. But I want to highlight some specific points as this specific segment within that video where they discuss marriage, how it affects men and women. And yeah, I'll get into it. Before I get into it, if you're somebody that is new to my channel, I talk about power dynamics when it comes to relationship dynamics when it comes to romance, group dynamics when it comes to friendships and groups that people are involved in, as well as societal dynamics when it comes to societal influence. One of the biggest things that I noticed with this video before I get into it is that there is a mixture of three, right? There's the romantic component, there's a social component, and then obviously there's a group component. I'm going to be dissecting the flow of power within the video itself when it comes to all the individuals there, and also estimation of how the power might be within their personal life, as well as the social topic that they're discussing. If you're someone that likes my commentary, you like my reviews on these type of videos, leave it in the comment section. Like the video, hype the video, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it.
First thought.
Ooh, wee.
I'm gonna give you a word.
Okay.
And then you just first thing come in your mind and explain.
Okay.
Marriage.
Beautiful wedding. I want kids. I do want to get married. Mm-hmm. I am getting older and I want my eggs cracked.
Yeah.
I want a marriage, but I want a man to marry me because he want to marry me. I've talked to a lot of guys, and a lot of guys say, oh, well, I just got married because she wanted to be married. And it's just like, do your wife know that? Mm-hmm. Like, to be...
What is wrong with that, though? What is wrong with wanting to get married because she wants to get married? Like I don't understand what her problem is with that statement, though. Because when people are getting married, they get married for different reasons. Marriage isn't just always about what I want to do. Sometimes people marry because they realize that this is what she wants or this is what he wants. It's not just a man that just marries because she wants to get married. Sometimes it's the other way. Sometimes she married because he wants to marry. Marriage isn't always going to be something where we both have to be on the same page all the time. Someone may not want to get married, but decide to compromise out of love, right? So, yeah, I don't know. It don't make sense that she thinks, oh, I want him to marry me because he wants to marry. Ma'am, if that's the case, then you might have to wait a while then. Because if he doesn't want to marry you and you don't give him signals that you want to be married, then can you blame him for not marrying you for for such a long time? That's one of the confusing thing about people sometimes, man. It's called communicating. You gotta communicate what you want.
Be the person sitting on the other side and you telling another woman like, "Oh, I just married her because she wanted to get married." Like, did you really want to marry her? Like I just feel like it's so many variables in the whole marriage thing. Because
Her statement would have been a lot more powerful if she just made the statement without inserting the I just feel like. If she said, I believe there's so many variables in marriage, or if she was to say, there's so many variables within marriage, it's a lot more believable than her saying the I feel like game. This is the word I feel like game, like I feel like all that does is it degrades the message that she's trying to give, and it creates a situation where the human brain, our brain, would not receive it. At least not receive it as, a strong statement.
we was we was raised to, think like, okay, you supposed to get married, you supposed to have kids, you supposed to have, but like nowadays it's just like
Well, see, that's the thing. Is a lot of men scared. It ain't really. See, y'all was raised kids, married. Man
the
ain't.
Barbie dolls, the
Yeah,
Ken, the
that's
Bar, yeah,
women.
yeah.
So I be trying to tell women it's cool to be different. Like we're different. We wasn't raised on caring about that. We weren't about starting a family, providing all that. So now when we meet is okay. When we do marry, look at all the things that's going wrong. She leave. He got all his money. Took this. It's just not. I don't want to say beneficial for
But
men.
regardless of if it's going on wrong, it's gonna go wrong. Like even if y'all ain't married and all the time, they
Wow, so she's using filler words such as I feel like and a lot of like. Um, Now, so let me kind of fill you in if you're new to this. So basically, when it comes to conversations, if for someone is going off of their emotions and what they're saying, there's a tendency to say something in the context of I feel like, or they use a lot of like filler words because they're dealing with an emotional statement. They're not really giving the statement with confidence, right? When someone is talking in that way, they're not confident in what they're saying, and it makes it harder for someone to receive that message or take that message seriously. For example, if I'm having a conversation with someone and they're using reference words like I feel like or I like, or just you feel me. Usually, a lot of these statements are not taken seriously because our brain is wired to equate all those statements with emotions versus stated confidence or stated facts. Now, let me kind of do a quick breakdown so far, just off of the energy flow that I'm noticing with Hitman and these individuals. So when Hitman made his statement, he made his statement with confidence, and it's more believable. But when she made her statements, it wasn't made with confidence, and it seemed almost as though she's unsure of what she's saying. So just that energy itself, I would say in terms of power flow within the room, right now I would say Hitman is kind of the domineering one. She will be the second in command in terms of control, and then the wifey or fiance is the one that's actually the most submissive in the flow so far. But let's see how that goes.
has passed. Like you already kind of like what they call it. What kind of marriage is it?
Alimony.
No,
I mean, not alimony. Not alimony.
common law.
Alimony, that's so funny. I'm already thinking about this is how I know Hitman has friends who've either been divorced or know someone that have been divorced and who's spending a lot of money. See, when you have a group of friends who have either had bad experiences with marriages or knows people who've had bad experience with marriages, this is what you this is what you guys talk about. Alimonies and child support and all these things, man. I'm not surprised that this is what this is what it is.
Oh,
Common law marriage.
I
Like
thought that
it's
was
like
called
this.
something though.
Common law marriage is what I was
I
saying.
didn't say common law. Shit, I
Say
thought,
alimony.
yeah, I was alimony.
he's
Yeah,
thinking
shit.
of the worst.
Yeah, that shit real funny.
Yeah, pipe down.
Nah, but what I'm saying is, it ain't when cause the women get to go through all that, but it ain't no L for her at the end. So if it don't work out for women, she can
It
just
could
walk
be
away.
vice versa.
That's if the woman got the
That's-
most money though. I'm just thinking of just what men.
So
that's
what are you
men
the
say.
most scared of? Something
I
your
don't
bag
feel-
that you work hard for getting taken away.
It ain't
That's
really
what-
that. So this the
Okay,
thing.
break it down
Women,
to me.
when people wake up different every day, but this just not only me. This is who I talk to in the industry. I'm talking about the higher up of people who, because a lot of women want to marry somebody who can take care of them. All them usually the 1% guys. I know everybody can get married, but a lot of women want a man who provide, can take care of them, and
Security.
yeah, and a lot of that stuff. The problem with those men is they know off a mistake. Everybody not perfect, but we just got to go with. If a woman wake up and not like and don't like what's going on for whatever reason, they can just up and leave.
All right, so I want to highlight some things that he was talking about. Um, I'm blanking out. So basically, it's not that men are scared of getting married, right? Men are not really afraid of getting married. It's really a matter of men are afraid of losing someone because of a marriage, losing things because of a marriage. Marriage is almost kind of like getting a marriage is like buying a house sometimes. It's better that you don't go through foreclosure. But if you were to buy a house, there's still the risk of foreclosure obviously goes up, right? You can't foreclose on a house that you don't own, right? So when you get into a marriage, you want to make sure that the person you're marrying is exactly who it is that you think they are. You don't want to marry them and then find out that they've been faking it the whole time. So a lot of men want to, uh, you know, they want to test the relationship by staying in the relationship unmarried for a long period of time and then only marry off of religious reasons, off of the strength of, okay, this is who she really is, and I love who she is, or off of family obligations where their family obligates them to get married. It's like, hey, you need to get married, you know. But in terms of marriage, just because of marriage, a lot of men don't have a reason to just marry unless it's for other people. Because marriage really isn't for the man as much as it is for other people. Men don't marry for men. Men marry for other people for the most part because if a man had his way, he would not be tied down in marriage. He could do whatever he wants, and if he don't like it, he'll move on to someone else. And, but marriage adds an extra layer of complications because of the legalities that goes into it, the paperwork, the frustration. This everything about it is set to lock you down as a man. And so men don't want to get into marriage without being completely sure that the person they're marrying stays the person they're marrying, not the person you marry end up changing on you. So I think that's what Hitman is really alluding to.
They can just up and leave. You know what? I'm tired. I'm not being treated right. Boom, I'm gone. I want a divorce. In that situation, the man has nothing to gain. The woman can just keep going. I don't like this marriage neither. I don't like this marriage neither. Boom, boom, boom. The man get up, got to go through this. 50% of this.
But what if he leave her though?
Doesn't
But
matter.
it's like-
but you see what I'm saying? That doesn't matter.
I see what it's, man. Ooh, okay. I'm going to let it play longer. I just want to make this quick statement. When it comes to the man leaving the woman, in a lot of cases, it does matter. It just depends on the woman and what she's doing. For example, if she was unfaithful, right? If she was a drug abuser, if she was a child abuser, like this, she has to be in a very negative, bad place in a lot of cases for this local state official or city official to give him that permission. And then in a lot of cases, when he makes the divorce, it's based off of who's earning the most amount of money. If she happens to earn less than him, even if he was the one to end the marriage, he could still be in a bad spot unless there's other things at play that makes the judge feel like she doesn't really deserve much of anything. So it's really at the discretion of the judge to be honest, and it's also at the discretion of her being a bad woman. But if she's a regular good woman, there's a high chance that even if he does leave her, he's gonna still lose money. That's something that Hitman is kind of hidden on that I kind of understand.
Why does
If,
it matter?
because if he going to divorce, she still can get 50%. Like that's what men is scared of. Like it's no
I
value.
think social media plays a huge part of people
No, 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 no. Social media is really what makes people want to get married. Social media encourages people to get married, but also encourages people to get divorced. Social media itself isn't the thing that would cause people to get divorced or not get married, but it does add to it. And the reason I say this is because people were getting divorced before social media became a thing, and people will always get divorced with or without social media, regardless. So it's a societal acceptance. That is what it really is. Society accepts people getting divorced or ending their relationships, especially women's. Society accepts it when women end their marriages, but don't really accept it when men end marriages. Men are made to look terrible when they end their marriages, but women are made to look like good people when they end their marriages. Society really encourages women to end marriages a lot more than it does men.
being afraid to get married because
That's another form of social dynamics. I just want to throw that in there.
everything unfold on social media. So you see Jada and Will, how back then we saw them just in the spotlight as a black powerful couple, and then once social media get involved, it's like, oh, like,
That was
you
after
know,
like 30 years.
yeah, but
Well,
it's
I ain't
just
even talking
like,
about. I'm just
no, I'm
telling you. If
saying
you ask me,
Jada and Will still married though? I don't understand why she used that example. Jada and Will never really got a divorce, right? Are they still married? Am I wrong here? I don't. I think Jada and Will are still legally married. They're not divorced because if Jada and Will truly ended up getting a divorce, we would have heard about the, the spousal support, his wealth being split, right? So they're still married. So even in social media, that's a terrible example to use. Like you use an example that isn't really accurate. That's a terrible example to use. Jada and Will are still married. Why would you use that example? Like those guys are still together legally on paper. Okay, yeah, they may not be married in terms of their heart. They may not be engaging on marital activities as a couple, but on paper they're still legally married. We didn't hear about a divorce from Jada and Will, so why did she bring that up? That don't make sense.
if you put a poll up, men not scared of marriages. They scared of divorce. That's all it
Because you
is.
feel like people gonna take 50%.
Men.
She just said it. See, she talks off of her feeling a lot. It's not, I feel like, it's not you feel like, it's the situation that's at hand. Society favors, especially in the West, society favors men giving up a lot of money, 50% of their wealth to women that they're married to.
Yeah, because men don't gain nothing from if it don't work. How do you feel knowing that you can wake up any moment and a person can be different? And now,
But what about
but you
you
shouldn't
being
even have
different
that
though? Like,
mindset.
what?
but just say out.
See? You see? If you guys notice how she just scooted away from him, she just scooted away from him because she's kind of siding with her a little bit. And so the moment she starts siding with her, that's when she starts to scoot over, man. I'm telling you, she has a very submissive energy about her, man. I could tell you that in my honest opinion, based on what I'm seeing, I think she'd be a good wife. I think she's a good partner, a good relationship person. I could tell she respects him, but she still has her own opinion a little bit. And the fact that she just scooted away from him, it's kind of letting you know what side she's kind of on right now. She's like, I'm gonna lean towards this woman next to me in this particular one because she's a woman. I want to stick on her side. And he's like, I don't care. I'm saying, say my opinion. I'm saying it with my chest. The confidence and the dominance flow that's going on between Hitman Hollow Man and this lady right here. Hitman is exerting dominance in this conversation, and his young lady submitting to someone else and distancing herself. I'm just noticing this is just nuances that I notice when it comes to the power flow within the room. Let's continue.
This I want to be different. Okay, cool. I feel I don't like you no more neither. I leave. I still lose 50%. You wake up different. I still lose 50%. I lose.
But you can't have
That's
that
just
mindset.
But it's not, but that's the point. It's not about having that mindset. It's the truth. A lot of women don't like talking about the truth in marriage. Yes, we love y'all, but the truth in marriage is no benefits from the man if it don't work. That's all I'm saying. If it don't work, the man gains nothing from the divorce. So why would I rush it to get into somebody signing a contract that know that she can leave me anytime or I don't like it no more and we lose half
I
our
think you.
stuff?
I'm not gonna go against what you're saying, but I think you just, if you go into it thinking that, you will never get married.
But
I'm not gonna go against what you're saying, but if you go into a thing like that, you're gonna get married. Ma'am, you're going against what he's saying. That's the definition of going against what someone is saying. Am I wrong? Because if you're going against what someone is saying, just say that. You don't need to say I'm not going to go against what you're saying, but then go against what you're saying. Man, I don't think. Okay, she needs to. Yeah, we got to teach her a little bit about power dynamics, man. We got to get her to learn to understand how to control the room, how to control the conversation, or at least, if anything, how to kind of flow properly within the conversation to convey her message effectively. Because she's giving these she's doing a mixed messaging where she's saying one thing but doing the opposite. So she's saying with her mouth that I'm not gonna go against you, but then say statements that goes against what the man is saying.
Like,
see that,
if you go into it just thinking about like how you gonna lose, like how we gonna win?
but that's the
Like, why are
point. You
you
gotta
looking
think
forward to
though.
the loss
It
anyway?
ain't looking forward, but
But
you
I'm
can't
saying,
go in
but
blind though.
you're not going in blind. But it's
Meanwhile, I got a
already, you
ring on
looking
my
forward
finger.
to failure.
We ain't
But-
married.
Exactly.
But because
Okay.
I'm just saying because
Y'all married?
it's cool.
No.
It's cool we
But we
engaged, but it's
engaged.
cool. But because I'm not only just talking.
You know what, man? She asked that question because she's trying to make a point. And so if the young lady had said, "Yeah, we married," then she would have been like, "Were you afraid? Were you scared before getting into your marriage?" You see, your fear didn't stop you from getting married, right? So I could tell she's trying to make a point there with that question, and I don't think the lady understood. Well, let me phrase that better. I think she understood what the lady's trying to say, and that's why she said, "Oh, we engaged, but we're not married, but we're engaged." Right? She's basically trying to make it like, "Hey, this guy is practically my husband at this point." And you know what? I think I understand why Hitman Holler is not, really trying to get married right now because he's thinking to himself about, man, I want to make sure but when I do marry, that I want to marry, not I want to marry because she want to marry. I want to marry because I want to marry. So indirectly, I think Hitman is kind of making a little bit of her point in the context of the marriage discussion of uh, she says she wants to marry a man because the man wants to get married, right? Hitman is refusing to fully marry Cinnamon because he's not mentally ready to marry. But he proposed to Cinnamon to make Cinnamon feel good about the possibility of getting married. But it seems to me as though Hitman really doesn't want to marry, but is only considering marriage because Cinnamon wants marriage. In a lot of the relationship dynamics between men and women, a lot of cases the man don't want to get married because he likes what he's getting from the woman. He's getting the submission, he's getting the respect from the woman, he's getting most of the stuff he wants from the woman already. While she herself wants to get married, that's why she's submitting, and that's why she's cooperative and she's doing the best she can. And so sometimes a man will just propose to you just to kind of keep you in that headspace of let's get married. This is leading to marriage. Am I saying that they're not going to get married? I don't know. But in most cases, that's usually what it is. A man would propose to a woman who really want to get married just to keep her at bay until he's mentally fully ready. And then that's when they will start doing the planning process. But let's continue.
Talking for me, I'm just keeping it real. You know why you can look at it like we can't think of the loss? Because the loss don't hurt you. That's why women can walk in and just be
But
like,
they do hurt. Women hurt harder than the men do.
Women the one breaking up. Women the one divorcing.
Women is not the only one that.
Oh my gosh. Lady, you're not even listening. You're just trying to respond to what he's saying, and that's all you care about. You're not understanding what he's really saying. He's saying that a man hurts financially, a woman may hurt emotionally, but a man is hurt financially, and she's just talking about in general. He's talking about specifically financially, and she's talking in general. So I don't if we're going off of in general, I would say both of them are hurt. Both men and women are hurt. And men, I think, hurt a lot less in terms of the emotional component. Um, well, let me phrase that better. Men hurt just as much. It's just that men don't express it as much as a woman would, because in society don't really like men being hyper emotional, or they don't like men expressing emotions. They like men being physical, but they don't like men being emotional. So a man may not express his hurt as much as a woman would, but a woman would express her hurt a lot more than a man would, because that's just the way society wires us to treat men and women, and so men and women tend to embrace it.
Divorcing.
The more
Men,
it's
y'all,
it's
do you
statistics.
know why the women divorce because of shit that y'all did?
Doesn't matter.
Men
Y'all
do.
divorcing.
So
them.
you already hurt, so you don't think you should have to pay for the shit that you did
No.
wrong? You hurt me? Why not?
Why?
Why?
Wow. Okay, now I see the challenge, and this is where, so this portion of the video is where I really want to get to. So in this discussion right here, he is now challenging his dominance when it comes to the power flow within that conversation. She's challenging his statement, and she's beginning to buck up to him. And if you notice, he just got up quickly. Look, he just got up quickly.
It hurts harder than the men do.
Women the one breaking up. Women the one divorcing.
Women
the
is
men.
not the only one that's
Yeah.
divorcing.
The more
Men,
it's the
y'all, do you
statistics.
know why the women divorce because of shit that y'all did?
Doesn't matter.
Men
Y'all
do.
divorcing.
So
them.
you already hurt, so you don't think you should have to pay for the shit that you did
No.
wrong? You hurt me?
See? Bro, see, this is how you know that Hitman's a dominant individual, bro. The moment he start getting challenged, he gets physical, bro. Look at the physicality in his body language.
Why not?
Why?
Why? Why?
Bro, the physicality in his body language tells you all you need to know. This is a man who has to assert dominance, man. So she's beginning to try to assert dominance also. Now, I want to say this. Her body language gives me a woman that would dominate in a lot of scenarios. She's the type of woman that would, you know, if a man if a man doesn't check her, if a man isn't really asserting dominance over her, she's gonna find a way to assert dominance over the man herself. This is why I think this is why I think she's single. This is why I think she's not married, because I think that she comes in trying to submit to the man, and over time the relationship dynamics that she have with the man, the lady right here, that dominance, right, starts to shift, where she now wants to take more reins and more control in a lot of scenarios. And when the man realizes that his dominance is being challenged, or you're relinquishing, the dominance from him over time, the man will end the relationship and move on to a woman that's going to stay submissive the whole time. If these two have met each other in a romantic sense, I already know Hitman would have been moved on, because look at the relationship dynamics he has with his cinnamon. She submits to him. Anytime he gets physical in terms of raising his energy, raising his body language, she tends to submit. But we're going to see a lot more of that very soon.
You do it in the first place if you know you're married.
So women God?
Are you God?
No. So therefore I don't take your stuff and you don't take mine.
But why would you do it in the first place
Because
if
we're not
we
perfect.
are married?
Women cheat more than men.
You making an
Women cheat more than men.
Boy, you
Calm
making an
down.
excuse
No,
why you're
women
wrong.
cheat more.
Right.
No. When being real, women cheat just as much as men. The problem
I'm not
is,
saying
they-
I'm not saying
I
it
know,
like that, but at
I'm
the
not
end of the
saying-
day, women are divorcing because of what a man do in the relationship.
Cool, a mistake. So if
A
only
mistake. So if you make a mistake in the real world, your ass going to jail. You got to pay for your mistake some type of
No.
way. So if you
Now, one of the things that I'm noticing here, I think a lot of people miss it. So a lot of people, when they do reaction to these guys, sometimes they just look at what the guy is saying, what she's saying, but there's things that's being missed right here. So for example, I noticed that she tried to say something. Cinnamon tried to say something, but wasn't heard, right? No one really paid attention to Cinnamon. She said money, right? So she's kind of trying to say that money, in my opinion, based on what I'm seeing, it seems as though she's trying to say that money is something that's affecting people getting divorced, but no one is paying attention to her, right? So this is her first attempt at speaking up, is trying to tell them, hey, listen, let me jump into the conversation. I think that money is another reason why people are getting divorced. They're arguing cheating, right? They're arguing cheating. They're arguing who's hurt more, right? And she's trying to say something about money. Money is also a factor on why people getting divorced. But because these two individuals have very dominant energy, she's kind of, a little bit intimidated to speak up. But yeah, that's what I'm noticing so far. Let's continue.
Cheated on me in a fucking marriage, and I want to get a divorce. You need to pay for that.
That don't-
Why wouldn't you have to pay for your mistake?
And your ass and your this is why men don't. Who gave you the right to take 50% of me?
I ain't say take 50%.
But
I'm
no,
saying
that's the argument.
I'm gonna make it work until I can't make it work no more.
But we're not talking about you. We just talking about the majority of women. We're not saying, but you just see how we can get judged for a mistake.
You paying for your mistake anyway, even if y'all not married, your relationship.
Also, another reason why I believe this woman is the woman that over time wants to assert dominance is she keeps cutting him off, right? Every time he makes a point, right, she would look for an opportunity to cut him off and insert her statement. So she came into this thing calm and relaxed, right? And then there's a buildup that happened, and now she's broken up to him. So it just tells me, just off of that energy flow, that in her relationship dynamics with men, especially the romantic type, she's gonna come into a relationship very submissive, willing to cooperate, all those things. But over time, she's gonna start to assert opinion, her point of view, her dominance, whatever it is, and the man will find himself arguing with her. Some men don't want to argue with women. Some men don't want to have to keep fighting with a woman. So at some point, the man, if he's not toxic, will leave the relationship. If he's toxic, will stay arguing with her until he finally just gets tired of her and gets rid of her.
You know you did something wrong. What you gonna do? Oh, baby, let me buy you these earrings. Let me buy you this purse. Let me do this. You paying for your mistake. Period.
You know how many
You're
people
gonna do that.
in jail for child support and get put on child support that don't got it, that work hard. It's a lot of stuff that men go through that's not right because we don't have the power. You just looking at it as from a one. I understand that, but it's a lot of men that's going through. It's a lot of good fathers.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying don't go into the marriage always thinking of.
And don't give a statement that says that you disagree. If you say that I'm not disagreeing with you, but yet you disagree with me, then why did you say I'm not gonna disagree with you in the first place? Just disagree. Just disagree, bro. Just disagree. That's it. Just disagree and make your statement. I'm not disagreeing with you, but no, bro, just disagree. I hate when people do that. If you're gonna disagree with someone, just disagree with them. Don't give the caveat that is the opposite of what you're about to say, and then say the opposite of what it is, or opposite of the caveat. I disagree with you, and here's why. Versus, I don't disagree with you, but
about the loss.
You don't gotta think about the loss, but you can't go in there blind. That's it.
I'm not saying go in it blind. You wanna go in a relationship blind.
Exactly. So I gotta think about the worst. You got to. You don't think you need to go in something?
I do think about
you gotta
the
sign
worst.
it. You gotta sign. If you sign a contract, if you're doing a record deal,
any contract.
Man, look at this. Cinnamon's checked out already, man. She got her eyes closed. She's looking down. Yeah, Cinnamon's already checked out. Cinnamon is already checked out of this conversation. She's looking down. Poor Cinnamon. I could tell that she really likes it. Okay, you know what? I could tell Cinnamon wants to contribute to this conversation, but she doesn't necessarily know how to do so. And she's trying to figure out, okay, how do I contribute to this conversation? When these two are going at it back and forth, these two are arguing like brothers and sisters, and she's like, man, I wish I could say something, but look at Cinnamon, she's like, man, you know what? I see the buildup going on in her mind right now. She's like, man, I wish I could say something right now, but they are here arguing. I can't say nothing, but okay, let's continue.
And shit, at your house, we signing contracts every fucking day.
For sure. You gotta think about the worst.
In this
you buy a car.
See how she's looking at him? She's looking at him for eye contact, and he's looking away, man. She's looking for eye contact from somebody to let her into the conversation, and nobody's doing that. No one's letting her in.
Conditions.
if I can't afford this, I can't do this.
gonna
What
take
happened
it
to
back.
that? But it don't always work like that. Now your credit mess. It's a lot of dominoes effect.
Money.
See, he is so tired and fed up with the fact that they're not noticing her little eye signal. They're not noticing her trying to say something. She's really trying to say something this whole time, and they have not noticed it. Right now, she's like, "Let me grab their attention by force." So now she got their attention by force, and man, it's forcing them in. I know she really wanted to contribute to this conversation, but let's continue.
Huh? What?
Money.
That's all.
That's the next one.
Huh?
Oh, the next one.
Nah, don't cut. What you mean? Don't cut. I'm
Money.
not done. No, no. What you mean? I'm talking. What you mean?
No,
Money.
it's just
It's
going
an
too
art.
far.
It ain't going too
No,
far.
I think it was a good conversation.
Yeah, what you listen, like I said, that's what I'm saying.
You know what, man? I'll say this, and this is my opinion. This is a little bit outside of power dynamics. This is just my point of view on things. I honestly understand that Hitman and the young lady were fine with each other, but I think this is one of those situations where Hitman was not checking for his lady's body language, and he's just reacting to her cutting in to a conversation that they were really having. And I could truly tell you right now, I know this is escalating. I think that I think that the biggest issue in this scenario is that Hitman really wants Sentiment to contribute, but really doesn't give her the boundaries on which to contribute off of. When you don't give someone the boundaries of like, hey, this is how I want you to kind of flow. If you notice me doing this, respond this way, it makes it hard for them to really know how to 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 interject. And I don't this is not on Cinnamon. I think Cinnamon was trying her very best to be respectful in this scenario, but she kind of went about it the wrong way. She was trying to interject, but because there's no boundaries, there's no predetermined way that they've discussed this type of things, she jumped in the best way she knew how to. It's a shame that she's about to get roasted by him, but let's continue.
Man, I wouldn't cut you off and just tell you, nah, what are you talking about?
Okay, you don't have to do all that.
I am doing all that. What are you talking about, man? Don't cut me off. Talking about no money.
Okay.
Like we having a healthy debate. I think we cursing or something. No, don't cut me off and talk about no money. What are you talking about?
Okay,
I'm
Gerald.
dead. What you mean?
Okay.
Sister, man, don't do that,
Okay,
son.
because all I
Was that disrespectful?
It's going too far.
How? It ain't.
All
you think
I'm
it's
doing
going
is
too far?
changing to
Listen,
the
look
next
at her.
thing.
You don't do that. Don't cut me off. Talking about no. Don't cut me off. Don't do that.
Okay.
That was intense. Man, that was intense. Okay, so I wanna kind of I wanna hit on this particular part of the video. You see, the whole situation that I'm noticing here is that Cinnamon was already tired of the conversation because she felt as though they were going back and forth with each other, but they were not really coming up with a resolution, and she wanted them to move on from the topic, and so she inserted a little bit of dominance. At least she tried to, and it got checked and knocked down by by her fiance. You know, um, despite the frustration that we just watched, I want to say this. I think that he respects her because he still, he kind of lowered his tone when he came to her. I could tell that he really cares for her, and she's really trying her very best to be respectful to him while still inserting her opinion and her point of view. But yeah, man, that was a little bit weird. I didn't like those guys definitely got into it, but let's see how Hitman reacts now that he just checked Cinnamon. Let's see how he tapers down.
Like I was saying though, man, it was a healthy discussion. That's just how you see her energy. That's how we arguing. I ain't saying girl fuck you. She talking about her stuff. I'm talking about my stuff. All I'm saying is men are just scared of the stuff of the failure because of what they see too. They see a lot of people taking half. They see a lot of women just divorcing and right. Now I gotta walk on eggshells because if the woman get caught cheating, the man still don't get 50% of her stuff. So why do, if I got caught or if I made a mistake, why you get to police me like that? That's all men saying. I'm just saying as far as the men who got money and talk about like that, that's what's stopping them from marriages. That's all I was saying.
So is your love unconditional?
Yeah, man, that's the only reason men in relationships, especially with men who take care of the women or treat the women.
I just love, okay, I find it so fascinating how Cinnamon wanted him to change the topic and talk about something else, which is money, that, something that they have on their card, and he still stays on the same, he just stays on the same topic, man. I'm telling you, this is how you know a man who dominates his relationship, who's in a dominant power play. No matter what it is, he refuses to be, tapered off of the topic. He refuses to be brought out of the topic. If he's like, I'm not moving on from this topic until I am ready to move on to this topic. That explains why they're not married right now. Because he's like, I would not get married when you want. I'll get married when I want. So he's a certain dominance even in this conversation where although she wanted him to change the topic and move on to talking about money, he's refusing to do that. He's staying on that topic no matter what. And this is how you know that this is a man who's a leader. This is the man that women truly need in their life. You need a man that will check you, but still stay on track to where he's going. And obviously, will still find a way to respect you in the process because the way he responded to Cinnamon, even after checking her, you could tell that he cares for her. So he's basically showing dominance, but still showing care at the same time. Yeah, Hitman is showing some really great trait of the power dynamics that normally occurs in a relationship where the man is a dominant.
Right? We don't gain nothing from women. If we the providers, if I'm doing this and take care of all this, I'm only in it for love.
I don't think love should have conditions.
What you mean?
I feel like because if it don't have conditions, it's basically you saying that you will allow somebody to cheat and lie and betray you and, do certain things, and you supposed to love them the same even through.
You some love unconditional. Well, nah. When I say love unconditional, I mean I love you for who you are. If I'm with you, I'ma love you for who you are. That's what I mean love unconditional. Like you can lose yourself a little bit. I ain't just say, oh, you fat now, I'm out. Like that's what I meant. I mean like I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna try to help you get through such and such, such and such. That's what I mean. But I don't, on either side, a girl getting cheated on, constantly getting beat on, all that, leave. And if same with the men, I ain't with that. Yeah. I'm just saying, men, we often, that's what men love unconditionally because they don't gain nothing from relationships. And I mean that by the ones who's really out there providing. So this is what I'm saying. So this is what I mean.
You can get it with a certain woman out, and a certain woman can help change.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want just me hitting on the topic. When he says men love unconditionally, he's talking about men don't love you because of what you can provide for them financially. Men don't love you because you're always doing some great things for them. Men love you because of the type of personality that you have. So whether you gain weight or lose weight, whether you become unattractive over time, the man will love you because of who you are. So like it's your personality that he likes. He likes you for you in terms of how you are when it comes to how you carry yourself. While a woman may lose love for a man over time, especially when it comes to like financial needs. If he's not financially providing, if he's not really good at a lot of things that he quote unquote was good at, even if she likes his personality, he still has to have other physical tangibles that she has to attach to that love to justify staying with that man. And if she senses that those tangibles are not there anymore, she's gonna look for a man who has those tangibles. So there's a high chance that if you got into a marriage with a woman, and let's say you were working out or you had a great fitness or great physique, and you let that go, she's gonna try to find other things, and she can't find those tangibles. She's out. While a man may not look for tangibles to get out of marriage. He will look for tangibles to stay in the marriage, while she's looking for tangibles to get out of marriage. So men think from the context of, I want to find a reason to love you more and stay with you, while a woman might look for a reason to justify if it makes sense to leave, right? She might say, you know what, I don't want to leave him because he does X, Y, and Z. While the man might say, I want to stay with her because I love that she is this way. right? So and the men think more of a matter of I want to stay with this woman, while the women think more of I want to find a reason not to leave, right? And if she runs out of reasons not to leave, then she's gonna leave, basically. That's what he's trying to say. And that's what he's attempting to convey to this woman.
You're right.
Everything about you,
You're right. So
or
this,
adjust, or help you adjust.
no,
Like,
you're
don't
right.
try to make it seem like when a man come in a woman life, it's just like, oh, I'm a certain change. But women come in men lives and help change a lot of things about them.
For
So
sure.
it's not just one side. That's why you got a mama. That's why
No,
mothers are important.
no, you
Because
misunderstanding me. I
okay.
probably said it a little bit. What I mean by that is, when man,
Because I feel like you're just trying to make it seem like, okay, well, a man. Like,
I'm just
it's
being
very
real though, because a woman usually upgrade her life by the man she did. That's why she only date up. Men don't
exactly.
date. Men don't date up.
What's y'all date?
Most of the time, if it ain't even, it's down.
Yeah,
Especially if a woman want this type of lifestyle and all this stuff, what they can't really afford. If they get with a man who can, that's usually them bringing them up and bringing them up. Yes, she bring peace and all this other stuff. I'm not. She brings stuff in other ways. But what I'm saying, if a man can't gain nothing from you, as far as like money and lifestyle and all this
What
stuff,
do a man? What do y'all want from us?
we want y'all to be loyal. Want y'all to listen. Want y'all to bring peace. That's all we really want. Loyalty, peace, and you know what I'm saying? Be nasty how we want you to be nasty. That's it.
that's what cinnamon brings, bro. That's what cinnamon brings. Cinnamon seems, based on what I'm seeing, like a peaceful woman. Okay, they might have a little argument occasionally, but the way she submits to him very quickly, the way that she adjusts to accommodate him, I mean, Hitman, marry this girl, bro. Marry this woman, bro. Marry her, man. She just seems very well adapted to the type of man that he is. I know that a lot of men say they want a woman that brings peace. They want a woman that, fulfills them, make it feel good. I think it depends on the person and their standards. If you're someone that is extremely peaceful and you want someone that challenges you, yeah, you may marry a woman that challenges you. If you're someone that is like Mr. Hitman right here, who likes to assert dominance, who has to have control of a lot of things, then you want a woman that is going to submit to that. You don't want a woman that's going to be fighting with you. So for an individual, a man, you have to make sure that she has the the complementary traits that fits your power flow within your relationship. You want to make sure that your relationship dynamics with her is something where you guys are gelling with each other. There are men who want a dominant woman, though they're not very common. But if you're a man that is in a relationship where you're okay with her dominating, then you have to draw the line on this is what I want you to dominate on, and these are the things that I want to dominate on. It just comes with a matter of understanding what it is that you want, and if the person has a quality, then remind them of that quality. Like, hey, this is why I'm with you because this is the quality that you have, and these are the qualities that I'm looking for. Let me do one more. I'll play it a little bit more, and then I'll wrap up after this.
But if you ask a woman that, she gonna name like 7 things. She gotta have this. You gotta be this
But
tall.
what's
Gotta be
wrong
this.
with naming 7 things if you asking her a question and
Because
you just like what?
that's the difference between when I said a man loves unconditionally, like different than a woman. Because a woman, you gotta have all these things, which is cool. A man, you only need 3. If you're a woman, you gotta be tall. You gotta have this much money. You gotta be this complexion. You gotta be this. It's just being real though. Am I lying? So what I said.
See, you know what? I'll say this. You know what? I like her, man. She's willing to concede, and you could tell by her body language that she's like, you know what? Yeah, he's kind of right. She may not say it verbally, but she's willing to concede, and that's definitely a good trait.
Men do not always be there for love. Y'all
What they
niggas
be
just
there
y'all
for?
be there for a good time sometimes too. Y'all might start liking a bitch or whatever, but y'all ain't just like, oh, I'm going to this to love. Y'all niggas be hoes.
We talking
Like,
about men that's in love.
I'm just saying, y'all don't just go straight into it as okay. I'm about to fall in love with this girl. Like you over time, yeah, but you trying to make it seem like no, it's hard for a man to just like, especially in the society that we in right now. Niggas ain't looking for love. They looking for lust. They looking for something quick, microwavable, easy. And if it turn, sometimes it turn into a long time. Y'all start hanging or whatever. But ain't nobody just looking for love. Like niggas is not trying to court and date and all of that. Everybody in town for a second. Let's have some fun. This and that. But I don't feel like people is just like looking for just like love. Like I'm looking for a wife. Like I'm looking to, like y'all got it at a good time because y'all started dating, way before this whole, social media phase. I mean, it was still social media,
I know
but
what you're saying.
not at the level that it is now. But right now in this society, motherfuckers ain't looking for love. They looking for a good time. And not a long time. Half of them is scammers. They gonna be in jail in a few years, or drug dealers, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that really don't got their shit together. They just willing to have fun. They want bottles on their head. They want tequila. They want to be outside. They want to party. Motherfuckers is not looking for something that's long lasting for real. At least not what I'm seeing from what I'm seeing.
So you think more women is looking for real love than men right now?
Yes, absolutely. Women are looking for love. Women want to. You don't even know how many women I talk to all the time just about relationships and you know wanting to have them. Like women, we are nurturers every time. And I just had to tell one of my homegirls, like, girl, you can't change that man. You can't. He might adjust a little bit for you, but bitch, one thing that I've learned what women do, we always change our patterns to fit in a man's schedule. Men don't do that for women. And I be trying to tell a woman, like, don't lose yourself trying to be up under this nigga. Because the nigga, he gonna still hustle, do everything the same that he do. But us, we'll stop working out here. We'll stop doing certain little shit. Stop hanging with our friends. Stop. A man don't do that. A man gonna still do everything he wanna do. And bitch, you gonna have to fit in my schedule. And we need to rewrite those rules. Like, stop changing you to fit into him when he not changing himself to fit for you.
All right, I can't listen to that anymore, man. Oh my gosh, bro, this woman is difficult, bro. She's very difficult. Now I see why she's single. Women, do not take advice from that. Don't listen to that. In a relationship, everybody has to adjust for the other person. Even the man, he may not tell you all the adjustments he had to make to accommodate the relationship with you, but he had to make adjustments too. Men don't come into a relationship and stay the same. A man make adjustments also, he just doesn't broadcast it. Women, you have to change in order for you to sustain a reasonable relationship. You can't hang out with your friends the way you used to. You can't go out to the clubs the way you used to. You can't wear certain clothes anymore. You can't put certain pictures on social media. These are because you're respecting the relationship. And you're not changing because, oh, I can't, I want to be myself. You can still be yourself in other ways. It's a matter of respecting the relationship that you are getting into. Men do it all the time. The difference is that, for example, if a man's getting into a relationship, he's gonna stop talking to a lot of women that he was talking to. He's probably gonna delete a couple of phone numbers or block them. He's also, on top of that, will start to plan for the future when it comes to things like marriage, having kids. He's gonna have to be mindful of her emotions and her feelings. He has to make time to plan dates. A man have to adjust just to get into a relationship with a woman and also maintain that relationship. Everyone has to adjust. The difference is that men adjust financially, women adjust behaviorally, or women adjust their behavior to accommodate the man that they're with, while men adjust their finances, men adjust their mindset, men adjust their activities just to be in a relationship with a woman. Because if he doesn't adjust, the relationship would not work. So everyone has to adjust. The fact you're saying that a woman shouldn't change, that is a recipe for disaster. You need to change whatever you need to change to accommodate the relationship. I think everyone really should be changing, to be honest. You really shouldn't stay the same. It's called growth. You need to be changing for the better. Everyone needs to change. If you stay the same, then you're not growing. So this advice that she's giving is terrible advice. And if any woman wants to listen to the advice, you're probably not going to be able to get a man. And if you get a man, you're probably not going to be able to keep the man. You will not be able to keep a man if you're listening to a woman like this. So women, don't listen to this advice. But that's it for that video, guys. If you want to watch the rest of the video, the link is going to be in the description. I just wanted to say, in terms of the power dynamics within the room itself, I would say Hitman definitely dominated that one. But I could tell over time, he started to realize that she's refusing to fully submit to what he's saying. He just kind of like relaxed and just let her say what she's going to say. And in terms of Cinnamon, I could tell Cinnamon was a woman that he vetted, because the fact that she is submissive to him, she's not really willing to fight with him all the way through. She's willing to kind of end move on from the topic. She's not someone that wants to drag things out, and that's a very good quality trait. And then she's attractive. So yeah, man, Hitman, hey, you better marry her, man. For real, for real. With that being said, guys, if you're someone that you can't seem to keep a relationship with someone, you can't seem to keep a relationship with either the opposite sex, whether you're a woman or a man, my advice I'll tell you is make it a point to actually explain to them the things that you like and the things that you don't like, things that you look for in a woman or man, and things that you don't want in a woman or man. If people know your red flags and know the things that are not making you happy, then that's something that they could either work on when it comes to themselves or make a decision not to associate with you on. So if they say, you know what, I don't like your red flags, I don't want to rock with you because of what you're telling me, then that gives them that choice to do that versus not communicating. Sometimes women and men get into arguments with each other, and all it is just a communication thing, like saying, hey, this is what I like and this is what I don't like. If someone is doing the stuff that you like, then why not stay in a relationship with them? Don't go looking for other reasons to leave them, right? But that's neither here nor there. If you like my commentary on this video, if you like my point of view when it comes to power dynamics, if you like how everything went within the video, leave it in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe, hype the video, and subscribe to the channel. We're pushing for 10,000 subscribers. I'm gonna keep saying it until we get it. So yeah, with that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next video.